Good morning, everybody. Danny B here with a different kind of video this morning. I don't believe in all the years that I've been on YouTube, which I've erased all the videos, so don't go looking. but I've never ever done a haul video. I do like to watch haul videos from thrift stores, not really from craft stores, but from thrift stores. But I've never really done one. However, I don't intend to keep doing them, but I did want to do this one because I do get a lot of questions on, as many of us do, of where do I get the things that I put into my creative daily journal. At this point in time, I'm very, very selective because I've done this long enough to where I have a collection and of many things. I have a hoard of many things. But I also know what I like. I know what works for me. I know what I use consistently in my journals. And I don't make journals to sell. And that makes a big difference on what I look for when I go to thrift stores. And happy day, we can go into thrift stores again. So that is my stress reliever, my retail therapy. Much cheaper than Joann's or Hobby Lobby, and I love it. It just is very soothing for me. The thrill of the hunt, so they say. Anyway, don't want to drag this out too long, but I do want to show the things that I did get recently as recently as yesterday, and kind of let you know what it is I do look for, what it is that I love. Now, before you this is Treasury of Wit and Wisdom, Reader's Digest. And of course, we all know as crafters that the Reader's Digest is like the holy grail of ephemera. They have a lot of things in their books. This one is great because, let me make sure that we can get in frame here. This is in really good condition, so I may use this as a journal. Got the inside and use it as a journal. I haven't decided yet because it's in great shape. But I purchased this one because when I first opened it up, I saw these illustrations and I was like, ooh, I can cut that out. Oh, I can cut that out and use that in my fussy cuts and in my journals. They have such great illustrations. Let me make sure yep, you can see it. And that was the first thing that attracted me to this, was the illustrations that I can use. The second thing is I love quotes in my journals. And I sometimes just stick them down, but many times I will do what I call chippies. And I love using chippies. Let me see if I have a couple here that I've done. Just little pieces that I make and have borders and things like that. But anyway, this has tons and tons of quotes. Now, sometimes this is a really great book, so I don't know if I will tear it up or I will just photocopy things. So it's still, the jury's still out there. Let's put that. But the quotes are great. And what I look for is, like, there's the Bartlett's quotations and things like that. But these are easily readable. They're big font and they're easy to cut up. There's space in between them. So I look for that also to make sure that in a lot of them, they're close together. This font is small. They don't cut up well. You have to manipulate it. This is very easy. Okay, so these are the things that I look for when I'm looking for things with quotations. All right, so I did purchase this, I don't know, $1 maybe. I don't even think it was that much. I don't keep track of the prices. Well, I do, but not for video recording. This is another one. Let me make sure. I always look for these little handbook type things, and I look for the vintage ones, not the modern day ones. I look for the vintage ones, and why I do that is because I will take this book apart. It is stapled. I will take it apart, and I will use the cover part, this whole thing right here, as the cover of a signature. So that will get that use. And then the reason why I purchased this one is because when I do my garden journals or collage journals, I like to have, oh, that's an elephant ear. This will be a perfect, I don't use tags a lot, but this would be a perfect section. They're perfect to cut like that. Back them with journaling cards. The illustrations are great. Black and white, not glossy. Although I do use glossy. I don't have a problem with glossy. So anyway, that's why I think this was $1/4. So I look for vintage pamphlets, and especially for Florida, because that's where I live. And I wasn't crazy about these colored illustrations that they have. However, they do have their use because I can paint on them, and they'll look totally different. So that was another thing I purchased yesterday. Moving on, I continually look for vintage Christmas because I always do a December daily. And I may use this year, I may use it next year. I just have a collection of vintage Christmas ephemera that I like to use. Make sure this is in frame. And so again, this is one of a pamphlet. It can be taken apart. The cover can be used. And then I love, again, Christmas recipes. I love the font. I love the colors. I love everything about this. Okay. Now here's a fun one. I did pick up, these were very inexpensive, is the Dr. Seuss. This time I got Go Dog Go, 1 fish, 2 fish, and 10 apples on top. So I won't go through all of them, but I will show you why I love to purchase these. Look at that illustration. Standalone. You have to look at these things as standalone, not as part of the whole picture. How about this lion? And you can cut the apples out of his head. You don't have to use the apples. And then here's this tree, fabulous tree. There was one in here. Oh, look at the tiger and the church. Cut that out, fussy cut it, put it in your creative daily journal. Houses, lions, just the images themselves and the looks on their faces are just perfect. Isn't that great for apple season, the fall? So that was, I love to use Dr. Seuss books. And Go Dog Go, there was one in here that was absolutely fabulous for summer coming up, and I don't know if I can find it again. Oh, this one with the house. It says, it is hot out here in the sun. It is not hot here under the house. So in Florida, a lot of our homes, especially that are by the, out by the coast, by the water, are built like this. So again, you know, I could use this whole page. I could cut it up. There's just many, many uses for this one particular book. Swimming. Look at that dog. You know, we just went swimming. We have a boat. Anyway, so there's that one. And of course, 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. There are a lot of fun things in this one. Separate from anything else. Are you trying to sleep? Are you having a hard time sleeping? Get some sheep. Put it in your creative daily journal. So that's something I bought there. I also bought this, the Little Golden Mother Goose, because it's a vintage one. I am not a Little Golden Book Journal fan. I've never done one. Have I used pieces of one? Yes, but I am not a fan of them. I just don't know why. I can't explain. They do turn out really nice, but it's not my thing. However, this one caught my eye. It doesn't have a back to it, which is fine for me. It does have all these advertisements that I can use, but I did get it, and I haven't decided. I may leave this like it is and just photocopy it, scan it. Because right here, the seasons, it has a poem about the seasons, the illustrations I like, but it has the poetry, the old Mother Goose rhymes, the old pictures that went to it. And they're great. They're made so you can cut them out. They're not like half over here and half down here. They're just right like that. You can just cut them out just like that, no problem. So that's what I look for. Things I don't have to do a lot of fussy cutting with. Now, I don't need any more magazines. I have a whole basket full of images that need to be fussy cut. I have a ton, seriously, of images. So I really don't hunt for magazines that much anymore, unless I see something that is particularly fun. And I saw this cruise atlas. It was $1. I'm sure somebody got it in the mail. But when I opened it up, the first thing I saw, let me show you, was this. How awesome that is to cut out and use in a journal. So this one had some really great pictures to fussy cut. And not only that, but to use just in collage itself. Let's see. There's a lot of glare, so I'm not going to keep. But I did pick this one up for $1 because there were many, many things in it that I just want to fussy cut and to use. Like, how awesome is this? So it was worth $1 for the images that I wanted to harvest from this one. Again, I don't get magazines much anymore because I have quite a collection. Now, another thing I like to use in my journals, in my creative daily journals, and all my other journals, is poetry. Now, I'm very selective about poetry, and I saw this one, and I was like, ooh, I don't need another one. This will suffice for all the poems I would ever need. And so I did pick this one up. It is fabulous. Look, it has illustrations. It has tons of poetry in it, all different kinds. And then the font, it's readable, easy to cut. It's awesome. And I will probably cut this one up. However, if there is a poem on the back side of it that I want, I will scan that particular page. But this is just, I won't need any other poetry book. This has everything in it. It says more than 600 poems for all occasions. So there you go. This is something that I look for, something that I can use, something that I don't have to have 5 other books for. So that was a purchase. Then when I see these, let me see if I have it filled with some purchases. But when I see these, let's see, I picked them up. This one was $2. I picked them up because I use them. I know they're not clear. I use a lot of clear things, but I really like these because I'm able to store not only index cards that I paint, 5x7, this one will be a great 4x6 cards, but I also like to use them to store the little journals I'm working on. And this is my Seaside journal with the kit from Sharon at Mad Paper Crush. So I am still working on it, and I'm waiting actually for some rub-ons to become available in June to continue working on it. But look how easily that is stored in here. So I pick these up when I can because they're a fortune at the office supply store, and they're not very much when you purchase them at the thrift store, which this one was $2. Another thing I look for, don't need any more of because This just hit my supply limit. I don't need to purchase these anymore. I found what I wanted in these two things. These are calendars, and the great thing about these is they don't have a year. They are just the days. And I like these, especially, let's see, I just want to make sure you can see what I'm doing here. I'm kind of, it's hard when you have the iPhone, so, but these perforate, and it has the promise and the scripture on the back. I can use these for so many things. They're so colorful, they're so beautiful. The scripture, the promise, they're awesome. It's a great affirmation. It's just, oh, there's just so much here that can be used, and it's very colorful. And the same with this one. This was $1. This one was $1 also. Same, this is more of a matte paper. That was a glossy, heavy cardstock. But look at this. Can we say 1960s, 70s? Awesome. Has the days on it, but not the year, which is fabulous. This one doesn't even have the days on it. So again, great ephemera for $1. It can be cut out. It can be used as a whole. Lots of ways to use this. So for $2, I'm set for inspirational quotes. And let's go with the little stuff. Now, when I'm out, I look for things that are rather unique, that I don't have, that I would use a lot. This right here, I thought was very interesting. It is China silk. I guess they use it to wrap nails in. It was $1, but oh my gosh. Oh, it's just like amazing. Let's see if I can. So this is something that is unusual. I don't have, and I definitely will use. Plus I like the container. I always look for trim that is different. Now I haven't taken the covers off of this, so there might be, well, not might, there probably is a glare, but it's trim. Now I used to not buy the bias trim because it's a single fold. However, you can use it as a fold, as an edging on your journal pages, like you would do washi tape. But you can also unfold it, press it, and just use it as a border, use it as a piece of material. I got these for what? Of course, Christmas. And then this one, not really my colors. Let's see if you can see. Boop, boop, boop. Not really my colors. However, I thought it would go great with like a movie night page with popcorn, because I'm not they're circus colors, but I'm not a clown girl. So nah, not me. But I did, so again, these aren't my colors. However, I have something in mind for it. So I don't purchase willy-nilly. I used to, but I don't anymore because I have plenty, and I know the things, like I said at the beginning, that I use on a consistent basis. I also saw these, I think that these were $1, a little bit pricey I thought, but they're the big pins, and I have so many uses for this. I have so many beads, I have so many pieces of scrap material. I don't have any of these big pins, and I absolutely love them. They're kind of like, almost like diaper pins. What? Diaper pins? Who uses diaper pins? Anyway, some of you might not remember them, but I got these, and I have a lot of uses for those. And then this, it was 50 cents, and I really actually liked it. I don't buy ribbon, but hardly ever buy ribbon, let me put it that way. Lace, yes. Ribbon, no. However, I really liked this pattern. It can be used for spring, it can be used for winter. There's just so many uses. I really liked it. So for 50 cents, I picked it up. I will use that. Now, I love buttons, and I love button cards especially. Now, I have a lot of vintage ones, but when you and many of you will attest to this, when you go, they usually have the price like 50 cents written on the front, and it's like, well, they just totally ruined that. And I saw these, and I know they're Joann's, and I know they're fairly new. However, they have all the buttons on it, excuse me, choking on my own spit here. The color, TMI, the colors are very nice. I like sewology stuff. And I use button cards a lot. I use them a lot in my creative daily journals, in my trashy junk journals. I just use them a lot. I love them. They can be tabs, they can be pockets, they can be anything. And so I purchased those. These were 50 cents each, as opposed to $1.69 at Joann's. And they're in perfect mint condition, and nobody's written on the front of it. So there you go. So that was my thrift store haul from yesterday. And I just wanted to kind of give you a little look into what I look for. Oh, and I forgot this. This was 25 cents. I collect these little wooden rulers. I love them. Sometimes they make their way into my journals. This one's a little thick, but I absolutely love these small wooden rulers. They're just kind of my thing. I'm drawn to them. And so I did get this for $1. This is too thick really to use in a journal. However, it can be used on a cover, or it can just be in my collection where I can enjoy it on my desk. So there you go. That's what I look for when I go thrifting. I'm very particular on things that can be used in multiple of ways and that don't cost very much. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Be kind to each other. Enjoy your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Thank you.